So you know the party game, I have never. Well, I have never been stand-up paddleboarding before. And I know a lot of people who watch this channel are probably like, what are you talking about? No, it's true. I've been paddling for years, kayaks and canoes and stuff, but I've never actually done the SUP thing before. Been meaning to for a while. I know a lot of people who watch this and people like friends on Instagram and people who comment and stuff are SUP boarders. So yeah, it's going to be really nice to get on board, excuse the turn of phrase, with the whole SUP thing. Decathlon, who you know, they're familiar with my kayaking videos and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, mate, you should definitely give the SUP thing a go. So they've lent me a couple of boards to have a look at. They're beginner boards, which is perfect. Yeah, I'll be sharing the whole new experience for me with you and giving my thoughts on the boards as well. And yeah, I think it's time to get on the water and see what it's all about. I haven't fallen in just yet. This is fun. I like it. So they sent me two sizes, the 10-foot and the 11-foot. I'm going to review them both out at the same time. The 10-foot is for, say, someone on their own, 60 to 80 kilograms, which is, I think I just about make that. And then the 11-foot, someone slightly larger, or you know, if you want to take somebody with you, you know, like your kids, yeah, your dog, or you know, a passenger, or some, you know, stuff that you've got with you. Right, so these are brand new. Let's open them up, see what's inside the bag, and then take them for a spin. So we'll start with the bag itself. Obviously, as we've come to expect from the Itiwit stuff, these bags are, you know, very, very well constructed, sturdy, good quality materials. You know, got nice padded handles here, grab handle, really, really, really tough quality zips. These bags, you know, they're the sort of thing you'd think they'd just be a really good standalone product in itself, but this is what comes with you know, the board. And as usual, as I've noticed with all this Itiwit stuff, the bag is oversized, so you can fit other bits in there, you know, your pump. As we can see, this is what I like about these more recent Decathlon products. They have the instructions, all the info you need, really, really simply laid out on the actual bag itself, so you don't lose it. So this is the board, it's strapped, okay, so that's strapped to the bag, and that's attached to the bag, so it keeps it all nice and secure, very good. And we have, let's have a look, have the board itself. It's always good to, you know, when you get these, just take it out at home and not just to check that you've got everything, but, you know, you don't want to end up going down the beach with all this packaging. Get rid of this for a sec. Okay, so, and there is the leash that comes with the board. That's a straight leash. And I think that's like an ankle bracelet, but I'm personally gonna opt for a, you know, for a quick release waist belt, which I'll get to that in a bit. Okay, we have the fin, the skeg, with its locking mechanism. And this packet here, we have some spare rubber patches for repairs. There's a valve repair tool, and there's some paperwork in there as well. Now let's get down to the water, get it pumped up and have a little spin. As you can see, it passes the car boot test no problem. There's actually both paddleboards in that tiny Peugeot 108 boot with bags of room to spare. You're set up and ready to paddle in under 10 minutes. The board doesn't come with a pump. I'd recommend Itiwit's suggested 20 psi SUP pump. Or there is an electric pump available for those who can't or simply don't want to use a hand pump. Pressure is 15 psi, which explains why these boards get so rigid. There is one valve. I found these Itiwit valves to be tough and reliable on the inflatable boats I have. The generously sized fin will help keep the board straight. Paddles are also sold separately. I'm using the recommended 3-part SUP paddle. Collapsed, it even fits into the board's bag, with the pump as well. As I'm paddling on a river with flowing water, I'm using a quick release belt for my leash rather than ankle cuff. This is in case I get in trouble, such as underwater obstruction or strong current, and become unable to reach my ankle due to the force of the water. Do check though what is the recommended type of leash for the type of water you are paddling on, as advice differs from river to lake to sea. You need to walk before you can run, so to start off with, I won't attempt to stand up, but will stay on my knees and get used to how the boat moves and balances. There's no rush to stand up, it will come. But before long, I felt I was ready to take to my feet. Using the paddle and taking it not too fast but not too slow, I was up. Perforated grips either side of the grab handle guide where your feet need to go, so you can occupy the centre of gravity. Stand-up paddling takes a bit of practice at first, but it's a relatively easy technique to pick up. I love the perspective of standing up on the water. So, I come from kayaking where you're very much lower near the waterline. But yeah, standing up, you feel like king of the river, like lord of all you survey. It's a great feeling. In kayaking, it's often the getting in and out that are the hardest bits, but I found landing and launching on these paddleboards completely easy. It's basically a floating platform, so as long as you're sensible and not too hasty, it's no more difficult than getting on and off a bike. The board instills quite a lot of confidence, actually. Being new to stand-up paddleboarding, it's a bit like learning to play a drum kit or something, trying to coordinate all these body parts that you're not really used to coordinating. So these are Itiwit X100 inflatable stand-up paddle boards. I've talked about Decathlon's numbering system before and what they mean. So with the X100, the 100 means beginner or very occasional use. The X stands for drop stitch, which is the material and technique used that makes an inflatable board rigid. So if you had like a normal inflatable PVC thing, like a paddling pool or something like that, obviously it would sink, wouldn't it? If you stood on it. Well, not the case with drop stitch. It's much more firm and stiff, like a board, but with the convenience of being inflatable, so you can roll it up and pack it away in a backpack. This is fun. I like it. So why are these beginner boards? Basically, it's about stability. Now, what makes them so stable? Why are they stable? So there's a few things. First is the width, 32 inches for the 10-foot board, 34 inches for the 11-foot board. That's pretty wide in standard paddleboard terms, so that gives you your sort of lateral stability. It's the thickness of them, much thicker than more intermediate and advanced paddleboards. And another thing that helps with stability is the squared off stern. So you've got a bit more drag there, so you're not going to go anywhere, fast, but I don't think that's the point with this kind of paddleboard, and yeah, it'll give you a lot more sort of stability in terms of pitch. I got on really well with both size boards, but personally for me, I think the 11-foot was more suited to my height and weight. Also, my son loves to sit on the front deck and go for a cruise on the river. Feels very stable. Stiff this is, I'm jumping, bouncing up and down on it, wobble side to side. Doesn't take long to get very confident on one of these things. I mean, it's quite windy today, a little bit choppy. It's always traffic on the Thames here, so you've got the wake of boats bothering me about and stuff. Here's a good stability test. Good. Bit of a wobble, but yeah, I survived. I'm a beginner SUP-boarder and I'm an incredibly clumsy person, as people familiar with my early videos will attest to. So honestly, if I can stay standing past that wake, then anyone can. I haven't fallen in just yet. We'll see how it goes. Some final thoughts, not just on the boards, but, on paddleboarding in general. So I loved the accessibility of it. With kayaking, there's like a few more things you have to prep before you get on the water. But with this, it's just so quick and convenient. I'm thinking, beautiful summer evenings like this after work, just got an hour. You can easily just get down the water, get set up, have a lovely evening paddle, be back home in time for tea. It's great. Yeah, I'm someone who's so evangelical about people, getting involved in the marine environment, rivers, the lakes, the canals, the beach, and however you do it, on canal boats or paddling, wild swimming. I just love people getting involved and really encourage it. Paddleboarding is a great, inexpensive, convenient, accessible way to, get, on the water and enjoy it, and these things packed down into, a bag that you could store in a wardrobe at home, Right, let's talk about price. 300 quid for the board. That sits, pretty much in the middle of the range you would expect for, what's out there in terms of beginner stand-up paddle boards. You will also need to buy the pump and the paddle and life jacket separately. The quickest way to do that is, by the way, because you're probably a beginner, so you don't want to shop around. When you're on the Decathlon's website buying this stuff, you can scroll down and click on a bundle. They do a bundle, which is the recommended pump, the recommended paddle, recommended life jacket, and it's just easy, one click, there you go, that's everything you need. I would suggest that you do get the recommended stuff for this anyway. By the way, depending on when you're watching this video, right now it's the summer of 2022. There's a huge sale on at Decathlon, and yeah, all the water sports stuff is everything's up to 50% off. There's loads of really good deals. These boards are 200 quid at the moment, at a time when there's high inflation, everything seems to be going up. It's nice to have some good news on prices. So yeah, check it out, get in there. If you're thinking of taking up stand-up paddleboarding this summer, I think for 200 quid, to get a beginner stand-up paddleboard at that quality, have a look around, but I think that's going to be a bit of a bargain. Right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff. You know what you're doing, you know how it works. Get on board, loads of cool stuff on the way. Camping is my main priority at the moment, getting out on the water and doing some wild camping on the kayaks. Maybe I'll take one of these out actually this week, see what that's like. And you as well should take advantage of this heat wave we got at the moment. So yeah, bunk off work, get on the water. Oh, one last thing. I sound like Columbo, don't I? Yeah, just one more thing. I will leave links for all of the stuff that I've featured in this video in the description. And yeah, if you do use those links, it helps old Stevie out in a very, very, very small way. Just, you know, makes me stay relevant, and hopefully I can carry on doing some review videos, you know, if you want me to keep doing them. Right, cheers.